Are we? Are you guys on air?
A little,
Yeah, yeah.
a
Oh, I'm
little.
on air.
A smidge. How you doing, Negative, man?
I'm doing pretty all right. I'm fairly certain that I was a recent target of a scheme. Uh,
A scheme.
a scheme. A scheme to try to make me make more videos.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. My friend's
Elaborate.
been complaining I don't make videos anymore because I have this job in this relationship. So they want to break me up and get me fired. Those little bastards. I'm pretty sure that's what I have been a victim of. A scheme to force me to make content.
A conspiracy.
A conspiracy.
All right.
Headed by the king of spaghetti. And I
The
think
king.
you know who I'm
The
talking
king of
about.
spaghetti. Yeah, I've heard his kingdom of spaghetti has fallen all out of his pocket here recently, though.
All out of his pockets. Yes.
Mm.
That is
I've
what I
heard,
have.
I've heard it's more of a queendom than a kingdom these
A,
days.
a cuckdom.
A cuckdom.
I am fairly certain that I was a victim of that conspiracy, that
Mhm.
I will survive, and I will continue to not make content. I
That
realize,
will
though,
be
I'm a
fun.
fucking normie now. I have a steady relationship. We bought a house. I bought furniture, and my boo's mother just came over and said, "Oh, what a nice table that is. We're going to host her for a barbecue once we buy a new grill later this month." I have a nice job. I make more money than Sargon of Akkad spends on his wife's son. Okay? I have a
Boy,
really
boy.
good normie life now. I am a normie now.
I'm a normie now. I get that.
Yeah. So when are you getting the little dog? You gonna get a little
Uh
dog together?
we are going to get an English bulldog, purebred, and we will stud him out for money and for fun.
Okay, yeah, he's a normie now. He's talking about breeding dogs and shit. That's the line. That's when
Uh,
you know.
That's
how
when you
how
know.
how does it feel like to be in normie life and not in this shit full time?
Well, my company has a matching 401k program. That's a dollar for dollar up to 3%, then half a dollar up to 10%. So I have free money right now going into my savings for retirement. That's where I'm at right now. I'm saving for retirement.
That's pretty goddamn normie.
Yeah,
You,
it's
you
pretty great
you
though.
got you got good medical and dental.
I actually have very good medical and dental,
Mm.
and yeah, I use it all the fucking time. Whenever I want to.
Well, fuck.
What was your commute like?
Oh goddamn! I was about to say if you got it all out of your system, fella.
5 minutes on the interstate. Takes
Ooh,
like 5 minutes on like the back road. So like a total of maybe 10 minutes if I'm
I,
lazy.
I love that because you could like on a bad day just wake up, fucking roll out of bed, just throw something on and out the door.
Exactly. It's fucking great, man. And the management is really good. I fucking love my managers. Can you believe that? I have good management.
Good, but goddamn, is it all? It's all set. Like everything feels good.
Yeah, I'm kind of bored though. For some reason, I feel like I've not been getting in myself into like these crazy hijinks anymore. I'm kind of hungry for it. So I was kind of wondering if you guys wanted to talk shit about Armored Skeptic.
You can do that.
Yeah, like how much of a piece of shit Armored Skeptic is. Have I talked shit about him on your show before?
Probably.
I
Probably.
don't
I
think
talked
so.
shit about him.
I
You
don't
don't
think we
think
have.
so?
No, I don't
Okay.
think we've heard any armored skeptic shit talk. Well, what
Mm.
do you have to say about him besides his dad bod is not appealing to your
The
eyes?
biggest thing is Armored Skeptic did an apology video, a quote unquote apology video, where he basically says, "I'm sorry that my words offended you." That was the extent of his apology.
What
I
was he
should have been.
apologizing for?
It's just for being a huge piece of shit. He used to do this thing where he would accuse everybody of being an Armored Skeptic clone because
Oh, that.
people had suits in their avatars, and he was the only person who can have that. And everybody's just copying him, right? Listen, Greg. When I start patting myself on the back for saying the Earth is round, then you can say that I'm copying you. Okay. When I jack myself off to the idea that I'm debunking people who say that the moon is a spirit egg, okay, then you can say that I'm copying you. All right. When I start saying how intellectual I am, because I tell people that the world wasn't made in 7 fucking days, like it says in the Bible, then you can say people are copying you. But until people are sucking their own cock for being in some weird fucking relationship and posting pictures on Twitter of their new fiance crying over the ring that they bought over the internet, you can't say that anybody's copying you. Okay. But then he does this apology. The best part about this apology isn't the fact that it's a non-apology. It's the comments. One of his favorite comments that he hearted was, "But Armored Skeptic, I like your ego."
But I like your ego.
And then his fucking girlfriend comments on it and says, "Yeah, he can be kind of a dick, but I find that hot." His
well,
ego
she finds
is
it hot at
so. Oh shit! That's the kind of fucking person Armored Skeptic is. He's the kind of person who takes his fans fawning of him and literally lets that, like, lets his little fans sit on his lap like the little lap dogs and lick up his little tears because he got called out for being an egotistical piece of shit. But my fans and my fan girlfriend, who was a fucking fan before she became my girlfriend, they like my ego. The moral of the story, never date your fans. Never. That's the moral of this fucking story, because fans will turn into this weird fucking relationship where they get off on just making your ego bigger, and where you will just turn into a giant douchebag that nobody found entertaining. Nobody's found entertaining since 2016.
You're being generous.
A little generous, yeah. I'm going nice on him.
You're a boomer now. You're going a little soft.
Yeah.
But yeah, when this all kicks off with the Armored Skeptic clone gimmick, that was what kind of started you two having an issue?
I don't have an issue with him. I just think he's a huge piece of shit.
Okay. That's an issue. It's a tiny issue, but
It's not like him and I have a beef. This is just what I honestly think about him after seeing how he behaves. He's a huge piece of shit.
If what I heard about the Skeptic clone thing is Armored Skeptic calls everybody wearing a suit some kind of clone of him. But was it like Logic was around before him, right?
Yeah, no, Logic did this series of videos calling Armored Skeptic out, because Logic is the first guy, and not the first guy actually, but he's the most famous guy before Armored Skeptic to do suit on the internet, so, yeah.
The first suit that ever was an avatar.
Yeah, actually, Armored Skeptic actually talked about a guy who did a suit before him. I don't remember his name. He's some like atheist, anti-Christian nobody. I don't remember. But like there's been other guys, but Armored Skeptic is the big suit. He's the big
suit.
But the biggest thing I have against him is just you look at him. You see exactly how he behaves, how much of a douchebag he is, how intellectual he thinks he is because he says that the earth is round and the moon isn't a spirit egg. And you see this guy has his head up his ass.
Yeah, he does feel like what would have happened if Jeff Holiday got popular. So let's debunk the most easily debunked shit in the history of history.
Have you seen Jeff Holiday's video of him doing a video explaining Kekistani flags?
Ooh, fuck yeah. Yeah, that was brutal. The Kek thing is so brutal. Were you ever in that? Ever?
Never. I thought it was gay. I thought it was gay the moment I saw it. It's like, this is pretty gay.
So you never even tried a little Kek? I never snorted a little Kek?
I never experimented with Kekism, okay? The only form of Kek that I had ever done was ritualistic numerical occultism, okay? That's the only form of Kek that I have ever taken. I never did the gateway Kek, okay? Or the cuckway Kek.
You never did the gateway Kek. Oh, fuck. How did you dodge that? that shit was so saturated in everything like a year and a half to like 2.5 years ago. It was everywhere.
I don't know, man. I just have good shit dart. I knew it was shit, just never did it, man. Just never got into it.
Just never got into it. I didn't either, but I don't know. It felt like it was undodgeable if you were a fucking YouTuber. Like you couldn't get away from that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, though, I was doing my own thing. I saw the basically everything that's run by leftists, in my opinion, turns to shit because leftists are fucking children, and Kekism was a lefty thing. So I was like, you know what, this is gonna be shit. This is gonna be shit in about 6 months, and I was like, I'm not gonna get into it. It's because they take themselves seriously.
That's usually a good sign for when something's gonna fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
It's depressing, but yeah, you see people taking anything. It's gonna get fucked. I saw the Kekistan thing and was, oh, that's hopefully gonna be like Gangnam Style and just go away in about 4.5, 5 months.
It hasn't though, man.
It hasn't.
No, it's fucking pathetic.
A little. It's a very one-note joke.
So Tonka,
not a lot there.
What have you guys been talking about? How have you guys been? What is new in the internet blood sports arena?
Oh, well, people said it was dead, and then the next day we had Nick Fuentes on. People have said that we should all just stop. It needs to stop. People shouldn't do these kind of shows. You don't want this kind of thing, where people aren't so happy and nice to each other. It's destined for bad stuff.
I thought that internet blood sports was killed somehow.
Oh yeah, it was well, when people do the Billy Hunter thing, where no matter what Jim is into and what Jim, they will roll with what Jim says, roll with what Jim does.
Wait, is there beef between you and Jim?
No, there's no beef between us and Jim. It was Jim is talking about all the shit that was happening. Like JF and Andy's show blew the fuck up.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Why did JF is an intellectual, right? But I knew that he's kind of fucking funky, which is why I never got into him. Why did Andy? In fact, Andy, you're in the chat. Answer this question: why did you get close to JF? Why?
No, I can tell you what happened.
What happened? Tell me the juicy bits.
The exact same thing that did not happen over here. 2 guys quit talking. 2 guys who did a show quit talking. And during Jim's stream, that's what he was talking about. It's just like everybody has quit talking and everybody's shows are imploding and shit like that. As he even said in his stream that wasn't the case here, but everybody's like, Bloodsports are dead, Kumite, everything's dead. We've had the same viewership and the same everything. Everything's the same. The only thing is, like, there's this weird thing where people are like, well, why you want to even bother doing it? It's done. Why don't you talk about IRL streamers some more?
Talk about IRL. So basically, people are saying that they're sick of the internet blood sports and they want to bring it to real life. Is that what it is?
No. They want to. I think a lot of people like to look at shows like this or other ones, and they want to make it a conduit, kind of into the window of what is happening on Jim's Twitter or what's happening over on someone else's Twitter. There's a lot of shit that other people do that never gets talked about. And it just frustrates people because they want certain things to go certain ways. They want people to talk about certain subjects. It's you've got to go here, you've got to go here, you've got to go here. Like, I'm pretty sure there were people who were pissed that you said something about Armored Skeptic a second ago. It's like that, but with the volume turned up.
Right, so everybody's just always pissed off? Is that what you're saying? That's what the problem is?
Well, it's that the problem is more that everybody wants to think that things are happening that aren't really happening.
Oh, so they're making a bigger deal out of it than it is. And then there's
because JF and Andy blew up, apparently me and Failure are going to have issues as well. We have a very different deal going.
I mean, did what happened to JF and Andy, the same thing happened with me and Kraut, where that should happen? Or I'm
not positive what all went down with you and Kraut. I just remember all that crazy shit goes down, and then you said you would still do the show with him, but he didn't show up, so you said fuck it. and you just started
Yeah.
exploring doing it different.
Is there JF and Andy? I know you're in the chat. Why don't you come on and explain what happened with you and your boyfriend? Like I'm having people saying that he was grooming you and he was basically alpha dogging you. Trying to
Leave Andy alone. He has this show tomorrow. He's trying to make a new start.
A new start. He's trying to bury the hatchet and not talk about JF at all.
I think he just wants to make a good show tomorrow and move away from start a new season, you know?
Okay. So this is like the climax of the past season, and we're just not going to talk about it anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't bothered him about it.
Andy Worski is telling me to come on tomorrow. If I can, I will. You got to understand that I can only come on if my boyfriend is around because, when I can't come on if I'm busy coming in. I'm busy. So if I'm busy, I won't be able to. But I will do my best to come on your stream, Andy.
He will.
By the way, I want to make an announcement.
Oh, dear.
First things first is I am working on producing content. But the biggest thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be opening up my own internet Bloodsports arena.
Oh.
It is going to be called The Weekend Chimp Out with Naked Ape. It'll be done either once a week or twice monthly. One time it will be on my main channel, and the other time it'll be on a side channel for like a shitposting show. And it won't be 5 hours fucking long. It'll have topics that we'll talk about. It'll have people that come on, and it'll have callers. So it'll be a sort of live show. People can call in and go on the Discord. And it's going to have a blow and hookers, and it's going to
blow and hookers.
Bloodsports arena that's now dead.
Yeah, great time to open up shop there, Ape.
Sounds like a mix of JF and Ice Poseidon's house.
It's going to be about it's only going to be like an hour 30 to 2 hours long, maybe.
I think Failure's got it to where we do like 3 now.
Yeah.
You cut it down from 8 to 3 hours. That's good.
Yeah.
Good idea.
It's good. I can only hope that I can have as much bullshit happen on my stream as you do on yours, man. Okay. That's all that I can fucking hope for. I hope that I can bring somebody on and have them admit to lying about me for convenience. That's what I hope. That's the only thing that I hope ever will happen.
You saw that.
I saw that. I was fucking watching that. It was beautiful. By the way, you didn't pin my comment.
You didn't make it. I looked for 3 or 4 days.
YouTube might be censoring me, but I did make a comment.
I could buy that. Hold on, let me check something.
What happened?
My hangout fucked up again. Let me reload it. Be
right
back.
Fantastic. So how many you're just gonna do it one time a week, or what's the deal?
Yeah, it'll either be I don't know what day it'll be. It'll probably be Sundays. I think Sunday, because you guys don't do the weekends. I think Sundays would be a good day to sort of let people sort of get a refresher before they get the morning fuck up. By the way, the big thing that I've heard is about Baked Alaska being the new cuck boy of the internet.
Oh, that's like fucking 3 fucking cuck boys ago. What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ, who's the current cuck? How fucking behind am I?
Very. Baked Alaska's weeks ago. It's like 2 or 3 weeks at this point.
Christ. I get a 401k, and I'm Jesus Christ. I feel like a grandpa. I'm a fucking boomer. That's what I feel like.
Fucking boomer.
I feel like I'm talking to the young kids now. I have no idea what's happening anymore.
No, I believe it. It's a thing that happens once you start doing things. And the furniture. You're doing the 401k. You're having money put back.
Stop caring about those young hip internet memes and start caring about defending white supremacy and capitalism. I'm voting for Republicans again. Straight ticket. That's what's happening.
It's a good ticket.